Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Beverly Lucas, and I am the host of For the Love of Cooking Fridays. What do I do on Fridays? I try to show you how to make a homemade meal that is better than the restaurant. I think that's going to be my slogan. I show you how to make a homemade meal that is better than the restaurant. What are we going to make today? Let me tell you, today my mouth is watering. It's For the Love of Cooking Fridays. I am taping this on a Saturday morning. I have not had breakfast, but let me tell you, my mouth is watering. We are going to make a seafood stew. A seafood stew. Don't ask me why I repeat myself. It always sounds better when I say it the second time. So what are our ingredients? What do we have? I have here some lobster that I purchased from Wegmans. It is about a pound. This lobster costs $18. Lobster meat, $18. I have some cod, also from Wegmans. This piece of cod costs $7. This is my favorite. I love scallops. I have 4 scallops here. Scallops are $26.99 a pound. Guess how much I paid for these 4 scallops? $8. $8. And then I have some shrimp. The shrimp was $16.99 a pound, and I have a half a pound. So this cost me about $8. I think I paid about $8 for it. So why am I telling you the price? Because seafood is very, very, very expensive. I didn't get the crab because it was too expensive. I was there 2 weeks ago. It was $19.99. Yesterday, it was $32.99. I told the person behind the counter, how did this price go up so much? I buy this all the time. How did it go from $19.99 to $32.99? So we had to leave that behind. But I think this is a good array of seafood. Here I have already prepared and chopped up. I had some red onions, or you could use yellow onions. I have 2 stalks of celery. I have a chopped yellow pepper, and I have some carrots, and I also have some garlic there. I just started using this Better Than Bouillon. This is the lobster base, so we're going to use a little bit of that. But also, we are going to add in some clam juice. I had some mushrooms. I just happen to have them left over in the refrigerator, so we're going to use those. I have a can of Rotel tomatoes. So most of the recipes for this that I looked at called for crushed tomatoes, and this is diced tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush these diced tomatoes. We're going to use a little bit of tomato paste. This is one of my favorite, saffron. And this is saffron that I got from Egypt. So I went to Egypt in 2021, and I still have some of the spices, but this is one of my favorite. Saffron is expensive, so we have to use it wisely. So I don't know if I'll use all this, but I will taste it as I go along. And then also I have about a 1/4 cup of white wine. When you add any type of alcohol to a meal, the alcohol is actually cooked out. So you don't have to think that you are consuming alcohol. The only thing that you are consuming is the flavor that it's given, whatever you're putting it into. Of course, we have some butter, and I have this garlic herb seasoning. Again, from Wegmans. If you know me, you know that Wegmans is one of my favorite places to be. I could walk around in there all day, and it's always an experience. I always say when you go to Wegmans, it's not just going to the grocery store. It's going to have a grocery experience. So I have my pot here. We are going to begin by sauteing our vegetables. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that out the way. And I'm only using this pan so that I can show you exactly what it is that I am doing. Okay, so what I have done is I have my butter and olive oil, put it in here and had it warming up. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our vegetables. First, we're going to add our onions. Next, we're going to add our celery. We have our yellow peppers. I was about to say red peppers, but yellow peppers. And our carrots. It's about 2 small carrots. And we're just gonna cook these until the onions are transparent and the other vegetables are soft. Can you see that? I'm gonna put some salt. And pepper. Always season your vegetables. I'm using the shaker today. And some black pepper. So while this is cooking, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna peel the shrimp. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel the shrimp, and I am going to take the shells and put them in a pot right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some shrimp stock. So what you do is whenever you are using raw shrimp and you have the shells, even if you don't have a recipe for it at the time, it's good just to make some stock, and you can put it in the freezer and use it at another time. So if you're making gumbo or jambalaya or anything like that, I am actually going to make this stock for this stew. We are going to just put a half cup of water and put it on and just cook it until the shells turn pink. And then I'm gonna strain it, and then that will be my shrimp stock. Also to this, I'm gonna add my mushrooms. Forgot about the mushrooms. Ooh, the smell in this kitchen. I always say that we eat with our eyes first, but we can smell it from far away. Okay, our vegetables are looking great. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add my garlic. It's 1 large clove of garlic. And I'm gonna let that cook for about a minute until we can smell the garlic. The smell, I say it every video. I talk about the smell of the food, or how food is about all of our senses, about what we see, and you can hear it. Can you hear that? And we can smell it, and we are gonna taste it, and certainly I've touched it. All the 5 senses. Now we are going to add our white wine. And we're gonna let that cook out. I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of the bouillon base. We're gonna add our saffron. And now I'm going to transfer this into another pan, because now we have to add all the other ingredients, and this will definitely be too small. So I just tasted everything, and surprisingly, I don't like the way that it tastes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my secret ingredients. It's not that it doesn't taste good. Let me rephrase that. It does taste good, but it doesn't have the oomph that I want it to have. So I'm gonna add 1 bouillon. I'm going to add some Old Bay, which was not in the recipe. And I'm going to add my other secret ingredient that I get from my mama, and that is some sugar. And yeah, I don't know why I don't like the way it tastes, but I don't. Somebody else would probably say that it's really good. And I get that, but I don't, This garlic herb seasoning, I did not add that. So let's put some of that in there. And then we have our thyme. Have a few sprigs. Let's put that in there. And let's just let that simmer for a while. See how it tastes. So here I have the scallops, the cod, and the shrimp. I'm gonna put those in. And because I cut them up small, they're gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes, so I'm going to add the lobster. And again, the lobster is already cooked, which is why we are adding it last. Bite-sized pieces. Whew, layers of, I mean, come on, look at that, look at that. That is nothing but seafood goodness. Went through my refrigerator, see what I could add. So I had some cherry tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes are really sweet, so I'm putting those in because I didn't have any corn for a bit of sweetness. And our parsley, fresh. And that's it. It is seafood stew. It's time. Y'all, you talking about better than the restaurant? I can't wait to take pictures of this. It is so beautiful, and everything gives it different texture. So when you're cooking, you know, you want it to be appealing because, you know, in the end, it's all about the presentation, right? So you want to have different textures, different colors. We got yellow pepper, we got red tomatoes, we have celery, we have orange carrots. I'm just gonna pick up a piece of shrimp. It's hot. It is perfect. It is so perfect. I better move it off of the fire so it will not continue to cook. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for joining me today. You have been in my kitchen, Beverly's kitchen, for the Love of Cooking Fridays, and you have just watched me show you how you can make seafood stew. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you make it. Send me a picture. I just remembered. I have my asparagus tips that we are going to add. I'm going to sit down and eat this. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a like or a love and leave a comment. But most of all, if you have not, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why should you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Because I do my very best in trying to show you step by step how to create a meal for your family, for your friend, for your boo, for your children, for your grandchildren that is better than the restaurant. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week on For the Love of Cooking Fridays.